Hello students, this video is part 6 on units and measurement. In this video also we are going to discuss NCERT solutions. Okay, we'll see the first question. A famous relation in physics relates moving mass m to the rest mass m naught of a particle in terms of its speed v and the speed of light c. Okay, a boy recalls the relation almost correctly but forgets where to put the constant c. He writes m equal to m naught divided by 1 minus v naught to the power 1 by 2. Okay, he forgot where to put the constant c in the equation. Okay, so according to your homogeneity principle, what is that? Left hand side of the equation should be equivalent to the right hand side of the equation. Okay, so based on the dimension, we'll see where to put c in the equation. Okay, so this is what the equation is. So we'll see the dimension. See, in the left hand side we have mass. Okay, so what is the dimension formula for mass? M to the power 1, L to the power 0, T to the power 0, because mass is the only physical quantity present in left hand side. Okay, and length is 0, time is also 0. Okay, and similarly for right hand side m naught. Okay, so m naught is also a mass. Okay, so m to the power 1, L to the power 0, T to the power 0. And let us see the dimension for V, speed. Okay, SI unit is meter per second. Am I right? Meter per second. So mass is not there, so m to the power 0, and length is there, so L to the power 1, and in denominator second is there, so T to the power minus 1. See, this is the dimensional formula for speed. And for V squared, the whole squared. Am I right? So m squared divided by s squared. So L squared, m to the power 0, L to the power 2, T to the power minus 2. This is for V squared. And let us write for C. What is C? Speed of light. Am I right? So again, meter per second. So m to the power 0, L to the power 1, T to the power minus 1. So compare these values. M naught, V squared and C. Okay, so what is there in the right hand side? M naught divided by, as per the question, M naught divided by 1 minus V squared to the power 1 by 2. Okay, so the given formula will be dimensionally correct only when the dimension of left hand side is same as the right hand side. It has to prove the homogeneity principle. Okay, it has the left hand side should be equivalent to the right hand side. If not, it is not dimensionally correct, we could say. Okay, so our task is to put the C in a correct position. Am I right? So this is only possible when the factor 1 minus V naught whole to the power 1 by 2 is dimensionless. That is 1 minus V squared is dimensionless. So this is only possible if V squared is divided by C squared. V squared is divided by C squared. So hence the correct relation is m naught is equal to m is equal to m naught divided by 1 minus V squared divided by C squared whole to the power 1 by 2. Am I correct? So now both the sides, your dimension is equal. So it proves homogeneity principle. Your next question. A unit of length convenient on the atomic scale is known as angstrom and is denoted by, okay, this is the symbol for representing angstrom. So 1 angstrom we studied, what is it? 10 to the power minus 10 meters. Okay, the size of a hydrogen atom is about 0.5 angstrom. Size of a hydrogen atom is 0.5 angstrom. What is the total atomic volume in meter cube of a mole of hydrogen atom? Okay, what is the total atomic volume you should find in terms of meter cube of a mole of hydrogen atom? Correct? We'll see. See, radius of hydrogen atom R is 0.5 angstrom. Okay, size of the hydrogen atom is given. See, this is nothing but radius. See, consider hydrogen atom in the shape of sphere. Okay. Right. So, the radius of the hydrogen atom is 0.5 angstrom. So, convert this angstrom unit in terms of meter. So, 0.5 into 10 to the power minus 10 meters. Am I right? And volume of the sphere is 4 by 3 pi r cube. Volume of the sphere is 4 by 3 pi r cube. Now substitute 4 by 3, pi value is 22 by 7 and r value is 0.5 into 10 to the power minus 10 whole to the power 3. Okay, then your value will be, this is your volume of hydrogen atom, 0.524 into 10 to the power minus 30 meter cube. Okay, what is the next question? What is the total atomic volume in meter cube of a mole of hydrogen atom? Okay, this relation you know very well. 1 mole of hydrogen contains 6.023 into 10 to the power 23 hydrogen atom. Okay, in 1 mole of electron, we have these many hydrogen atoms. Okay, so volume of 1 mole of hydrogen atoms are 6.023 10 power 23 into, what is your volume? 0.524 into 10 power minus 30. Okay, then volume of 1 mole of hydrogen atom will be 3.16 into 10 to the power minus 7 meter cube. Next question. Calculate the angle of 1 degree. Subdivision A is 1 degree and subdivision B 1 minute. Okay, or you can say this as arc minute, and subdivision C is second, 1 second or arc second in terms of radians. Okay, so calculate 1 degree, 1 arc minute, 1 arc second in terms of radians. Okay, and use this relationship 360 degree equal to 2 pi radians and 1 degree is equal to 60 arc minute and 1 minute is equal to 60 arc second. Okay, this is a basic relationship. Fine. So we'll find what is 1 degree in terms of radian. Okay, right? So this is your first subdivision. We have 360 degree equal to 2 pi. Then what is 1 degree? 1 degree equal to pi by 180 radian. Okay, if you substitute pi value, you will get 1.745 into 10 to the power minus 2 radian. Very important. 1.745 into 10 to the power minus 2 radian. Okay, and B subdivision, we'll find what is 1 arc minute in terms of radians. Okay, use this relationship. 1 degree is equal to 60 arc minute. 1 degree is equal to 60 arc minute. Then what you should find? 1 arc minute is what? How much radian? This is your question. Okay, fine. So this 1 degree is equal to 60 arc minute. Therefore, 1 arc minute is equal to 1.745 into 10 to the power minus 2 radian divided by 60. Okay, then you will get 2.91 into 10 to the power minus 4 radian. I repeat, 1 arc minute is equal to 2.91 into 10 to the power minus 4 radian. Fine. And the last subdivision is 1 arc second. What is the relationship? 1 arc minute is equal to 60 arc seconds. 1 arc minute is equal to 60 arc seconds. Then what is 1 arc second? Fine. Simple. Divide this value 2.908 into 10 to the power minus 4 radian divided by 60. You will get 4.85. This is your round off value. 4.85 into 10 to the power minus 6 radian. Okay. So, remember always 1 degree is equal to pi by 180 radian. 1 degree is equal to pi divided by 180 radian. Then what is 1 radian? 1 radian, I explained this in previous video. 1 radian equal to 180 divided by pi degrees. Okay. So always remember this relationship, then it will be easy for you to find the remaining rest of the things. Next question. A man wishes to estimate, see this question is based on parallax method. Okay, measurement of distance. We saw an indirect method. Okay, remember that it is parallax method. We'll see based on this criteria. A man wishes to estimate the distance of a nearby tower from him. He stands at a point A in front of a tower C. See, you should draw a diagram. Already you have studied about trigonometry in mathematics, right? 10th standard mathematics. So, based on that trigonometry, applications of trigonometry, you plot a diagram for this question. Okay. So, listen carefully. He stands at a point A in front of a tower C and spots a very distant object O in line with AC. He then walks perpendicular to AC up to B, a distance of 100 meters, and looks at O and C again. Since O is very distant, the direction BO is practically the same as AO. But he finds the line of sight of C shifted from the original line of sight by an angle theta equal to 40 degree, where theta is known as parallax. Estimate the distance of the tower C from his original position A. Okay. Students, can you plot a diagram for this condition? Right. So, this is the diagram for this. Listen here. He stands at a point A. Okay, where he is now? He is in point A in front of the tower C. See, imagine this is the tower C. And spots a very distant object O, in line with AC. He then walks perpendicular to AC up to B. Perpendicular to AC till B. What is the distance? 100 meters. And looks at O again. He is looking towards O, distant object, and then C. Okay. Since O is very distant, the direction BO is practically the same as AO. But he finds a line of sight of C shifted from the original line of sight by the angle theta. So what is this angle? Theta equal to 40 degree. Okay. See, this theta is nothing but parallax angle. Estimate the distance of the tower C from his original position. So what you should find? This distance. Okay. What is the distance of a tower C from his original position A? Okay. Right. And we'll see the solution. See, before doing that, if this angle is theta, because these two lines are parallel lines. Okay. So if this is theta, this could be also theta. Correct. So this theta is also 40 degree. Okay. So this distance we know AB is 100 meter and theta is 40 degree. Okay. What is your task? You should find what is AC. Okay. So which relation we can use here? Correct. Tan theta. Theta is tan theta. What is tan theta? Okay. We'll see. We have a parallax angle theta equal to 40 degree. So from the figure, what is AB? AB equal to AC tan theta. I'll write here tan theta is equal to opposite side is AB divided by, what is your adjacent side for your given angle theta? AC. See, tan theta is nothing but opposite side by adjacent side. Am I right? So, just rearrange this formula. You will get AB equal to AC tan theta. Okay. So, what is AC then? AB divided by tan theta. So, AB, as per the question, AB is given 100 meters and tan 40. Okay, we'll find. See, this is the tan 40 value 0.8391. Okay, so this value you should write from the trigonometry table. Okay, trigonometry table. From the trigonometry table you should write this value. In your previous class 10th standard you may study about what is angle in terms of particular values. Theta equal to 0 degree, 30 degree, 45 degree, 60 degree and 90 degree. You may study about it. And in physics you may use some different angles. So for that reasons you should follow trigonometry table. Okay, right. So this is your value. Once you substitute it, you will get 119 meters. So what is the distance from his position A to the tower C? 119 meters. Okay, we'll see the next question. The nearest star to our solar system is 4.29 light years away. Okay, I repeat, the nearest star to our solar system is 4.29 light years away. How much is this distance in terms of parsec? How much this distance in terms of parsec? See, they have given, read the question carefully students. See, they have given the distance in terms of light years, but they are asking us to find the distance in terms of parsec. Okay, we know the relationship. Okay, so what is the actual distance? 4.29 light year. Okay, 1 light year is equal to, I told you before in the previous video, 1 light year is equal to 9.5 10 to the power 15 meters. Okay, and for 4.29 light years we should multiply, right? So 4.29 into 9.5 10 to the power 15 meters. You will get this value. Okay, right? So we converted the light year unit in terms of meters. Am I clear? And what is the question? They are asking the distance in terms of parsec. Okay, this also we saw this relationship. 1 parsec is equal to 3.08 into 10 to the power 16 meters. Okay, then what is for 4.29 light years? Correct. So this value 40.5868 into 10 to the power 15 divided by 3.08 into 10 to the power 16. Okay, you will get the distance in terms of parsec. Am I clear to you? So what we did, they have given actually the distance in terms of light year, 4.29 light year. We converted the light year into meters scale, and then again we converted that meter scale into parsec scale. Okay, so students, always you should remember this constant values. 1 parsec, what is the value? 1 light year in terms of meter. Okay, so all those constant value you should remember. Okay, let us see the next subdivision. How much parallax? Now they are asking theta. How much parallax would the star show when viewed from 2 locations of the earth 6 months apart in the orbit around the sun? Okay, what will be the parallax angle theta? Okay, theta is the question now. So what is the formula? Theta is equal to small d divided by capital D. Okay, so what is this small d? Basis. Okay, or if we are talking about the earth, this could be the diameter of earth, and this is distance between the earth and the star which is far away from the earth. Distance between the earth and star and small d is diameter of the earth. For this case, or generally, what is the formula? B by D. B is basis, that is the distance between the two observatories. Do you remember? So B is basis and the capital D is distance between the observatory to the distant object. Okay. So you can use this formula based on the given values. We'll see. So theta is your question. Use this relationship d divided by capital D, where diameter of the earth, this is also a constant value. Diameter of the earth is 3 into 10 to the power 11 meters. And the distance of the star from the earth, capital D, what we found? Okay, 40.58 into 10 to the power 15 meters. Okay, so what is theta now? We know these two values, so you can find theta. Am I right? So the theta value is 7.39 into 10 to the power minus 6 radians. Very important. Okay, you can stop up to this, otherwise you can simplify further if they ask. 1 second, 1 arc second, we know this relationship. You can use this relationship to find what is the theta in terms of arc second. Okay. Okay, next question is, when the planet Jupiter is at a distance of 824.7 million kilometers from the Earth. See students, the distance from the planet Jupiter from the Earth is given 824.7 million kilometers. Okay, and then its angular diameter is measured to be 35.72 arc seconds. 35.72 arc seconds. So what you should find? Calculate the diameter of the Jupiter. Okay, same thing what we did for the previous question. Okay, so what and all the given values here? The distance from the Earth to the Jupiter, 824.7 million kilometers. Okay, we know the distance. And angular diameter, see, this is nothing but theta. Okay, 35.72 arc second. So what is the diameter of the Jupiter? So this is how we are calculating a diameter of the particular planet. Okay, so the same formula we are going to use. Theta is equal to small d divided by capital D, where theta is the parallax angle, small d is the diameter of a particular object, and capital D is distance from the observatory to the object. Fine. So we'll see. Capital D is given. Am I right? 824.7 million kilometers. So 10 to the power 6 kilometers. Okay. And the angular diameter theta is given 35.72 arc second. So convert it into radian. So what is the relationship? 1 arc second is equal to this value, 4.874 into 10 to the power minus 6. Okay, so substitute this value, you will find the theta in terms of radian. So what is the question? Small d. Okay, shall we do? Okay, so theta equal to small d divided by capital D, and small d equal to theta into d. Okay, so while simplifying this, you will get 1.435 into 10 to the power 5 kilometer. See, this is the diameter of the Jupiter, 1.435 into 10 to the power 5 kilometers. Hope you understand all those numericals. See you in my next video. Thank you.